Welcome back everyone, I am Deepak Unyal. In this tutorial I am going to discuss about functions. So this is not the first time we are encountering functions, but we have seen functions before as well. So the first time when we were discussing classes and objects, we have seen that a class is consisting of some data members and member functions, and member functions are used to manipulate the data members as well as perform some tasks assigned to them. Second thing we have seen when we discussed our first C program or first C++ program, we have seen that a program should have at least one function, and that should be main, from where the execution starts. So why the functions are used and what is the benefit of using functions? There are some larger problems, or there are some large problems that we want to break into smaller chunks. For that case, functions are very beneficial. Or I can say that every program that is very complicated and has multiple modules, we should not make it as a whole. What we can do, we can divide the problem into smaller parts, or smaller modules or some modules, so that it's easier to design the problem, or easier to solve the problem. So there are some benefit of functions. One thing, it gives us modularity or clarity in the program. Second thing, it provides the reusability of the code. Or third thing, code becomes easier to debug and maintain. So there are a lot of benefits of using functions, and our experience shows that it's better to use functions than writing a whole program at once. Let us suppose I want to make a program to calculate the square of a number. So what I can do, I can declare a variable and pass a message to user to enter a number. Passing a message is a good thing, because user should be aware what he is going to do and what he is expected to perform. And then I can calculate the square and pass a message that square of number is, and then n cross n, which is the square of a number. Let us compile the program. Enter a number, I enter 2, square of a number is 2. I can make this program more beautiful. What I can do, square of number is, now this is more user friendly or more dynamic program. Enter number 2, so this gives the square of 2 is 4, or I should give a space here, so it's better. So this is one way of calculating a square. But what I can do, I can make a function to calculate the square of this number, and I can copy and paste all these things from main in the square function, and this function, this makes the program look beautiful. What I can do, I can compile this program, but this doesn't give me any prompt to enter a number. And why this happens? Because I have not called function square from main function. So here I am calling the function, and the way I should call a function is writing the name of a function, put 2 parentheses after that, and then put a semicolon. So in this way I can call a function. Let us compile it again, and you can see that we are getting an error that square was not declared in the scope. So the error is due to the way I am calling this function square here. As we can see that when a compiler start reading the program or executing the program, it reads it line by line, and when it execute this square this line where we are calling square function, it sees that square was never declared on, means compiler have never seen this square function or this name before in a program. Or I can take another example to understand this clearly. Like I want to take a input n number, but I am declaring the number n after this line. So let us compile it, and we can see that n was not declared in this scope. This error is exactly similar to this line, but if we see that name, there is difference between name. This is name of function, this is name of variable. Other than this, the error is same. How can I rectify this error? I should declare the variable before, then this will work perfectly. There is no issue, and yes, this works perfectly. Similarly, what I can do for this function, I have a temporary fix that I can copy this whole function and define it before main. Now it should work perfectly. There should not be any issue, and this is working. The only thing I have removed here is, yes, again I will try to compile it, and this was work perfectly. There is no problem. But this is just a temporary fix, and we should not believe on this kind of coding. What we should do, we should always write it after the main function. But we can make another fix, and that is not a temporary fix, that is a permanent thing. We need to declare the function here. This statement is called declaration of prototype of function. Now if you compile the program, this will run perfectly. Alright, so what a prototype means, or what how this function have rectified the earlier mistake, we'll be discussing in the next lecture. But this is the way we should declare a function, and this declaration will tell the compiler that this function will be used in a program later in a program, but whenever I am calling this should not provide any error, because this thing a compiler has seen this thing already. So I think guys, it's enough for this lecture. If you have any doubt or query, please put it in the comments, or you can mail me. Thank you so much.